Alright, so starting off with my potatoes this time. They're doing pretty well. I've got quite a few that have developed blossoms, which just indicates a healthy plant. Over here, tomatoes are coming along really nicely. I'm just starting to stake them up as they get tall enough to need a little extra support. And I'm doing a little bit of pruning as well. So in here we still have some eggplant coming up nicely, of course marigolds, some pretty decent size tomato plants that are starting to get fruit. This is a purple Russian. Behind it we have a Cherokee and a whole variety back here. Over here are all my San Marzanos, and they are coming up just really, really nice and lush. They have all that bone meal and blood meal in there, so they're getting a lot of nitrogen for good leaf growth. Over here, the ground cherries are coming along really nicely. Eggplant are also kind of doing their thing. And then I just popped in a, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of this one. I'll add it to the comments. I think it's a pink lady. Down here, we have a ton of peppers coming up and continuing to just do really well. Quite a few of these, they're getting the blossoms. Some of these smaller plants don't have fruit just yet. These are my hot peppers on this end. Some of them do. I think that's a red hot cherry right there. I've got some wax peppers coming up, some large Californias over there, Cubanellos I believe in here, and all around they're looking nice. They're taking their sweet time, but they're doing all right. And the potatoes kind of just continue down through here. This bed was the latest bed for me to get planted, and it has my squashes, so zucchinis and things like that. They're coming up. Again, everything's just kind of taking its time. Some little beans through here that are going to hopefully eventually climb up this. I purchased one eggplant because I was hoping to kind of get a jump start, so we'll see how they do. Beans are doing well. Just two more little zucchini down here. Some marigolds. I have a row of sunflowers with some cucumbers coming up under them. My goal is for them to climb the cucumbers. We'll see. I also started some bush variety cucumber, so we'll see which one grows best. And then I have a bunch of dill popping up under here that I'm hoping the shade from the sunflowers will help to keep them small, keep them from bolting. Some more over here. And then this bed down here has been coming along really, really well. So this giant catnip on the end. There's beets down here, onions all along here, a few last peas back there. But the onions are coming along really, really nicely. I'm excited to see how they turn out. There are still a few little spinach in here in between. I have my scarlet amaranth that kind of just continue to keep growing. Below this sunflower right here, kind of all around it, I have parsley root coming up. Again, that just continues to keep growing. And that's what I have Romanesco broccoli that are just, again, getting bigger and bigger. Last year I grew these, and the plants themselves were probably 3.5 feet high by the time they started to form heads, so I'm interested to see what they look like this year. I have more amaranth down here. Oh, I skipped over my green onions in the middle. Green onions are amazing because, again, you can just get those from the store, pop them in the soil, and they'll grow for 99 cents. On that side, I have some scarlet bee balm that's just very slowly taking its time to grow. We'll see what happens with it. In the middle here, I have some just volunteer tomato plants that popped up from last year that I've thinned a little bit. I'm interested to see what kinds they are. I had cherries down on this end and Romas, so we'll see. A bunch of tomatillos popped up. Again, volunteers from last year. I pulled most of these because they just grow so large so quickly. They were just dominating everything on this end. And I do have oregano, I have lemon verbena, I have kale, rutabaga, carrots down on the end. And I popped one little squash down in it there as well. So we'll see how they all balance out. On this end, I have little marigolds popping up, larger marigolds, and then some winter squash. And then the carrots that haven't gotten eaten by predators. And then I started some more marigolds down here. So things are coming along pretty nicely now that it's finally warm. Things are growing. That bed looks really, really nice. So my squash bed continues to come along. Again, that was the last bed I put in, so the squash are getting there. Beans are getting there. My peppers are doing really nicely. I do have small fruit coming up, so I'm excited to see how these continue to do as we finally have summer heat. My tomatoes, my ground cherries, my eggplant, everything is coming up really nicely, so I'll keep you guys updated as the summer progresses. Thanks for watching.